watch me stare at a computer screen for...
Hello, everybody.
No.
Hello. Okay, yes, Beefler. So there's been some drama recently, apparently.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't say.
Drama?
Whenever I get like hate comments on my YouTube, particularly about certain activities, I'm like, oh, somebody must be riling up the haters.
Well, I mean, I was trying to watch a certain internet lawyer.
Yeah,
And get some
Exactly.
information from that, but I'm about an hour and something in, and he still hasn't started talking about you. So it's like,
like, look, this is like courtroom drama analysis. You know, we dropped our opposition to Ethan's motion to dismiss, and it's very technical and very like, no, you're a fool, and this guy, and then this case of Jones and whatnot, and like. At the end of the motion, I'm like, man, Ethan's kind of fucked according to the case law. But Nicky Rackets didn't get into any of that.
I think he does. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I was listening to him bitch about Tim Pool, so I mean,
right?
He's like,
exactly.
He's got to chase the clout first, and then then maybe get into some comic book stuff. So,
meanwhile, I can't believe how long it is to wait on the verdict in the
trademark.
No. Trademark. We've already had a ruling in the trademark, but what we haven't had a ruling on is the appeal by Vic Mignogna.
Oh, okay.
You remember that happened like over a year ago?
That was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah. The verdict was handed down over a year ago, and and Mignogna appealed it. And remember, the verdict was crushing. The verdict was, not only is the case dismissed, but you're going to pay their attorney fees. Like that is the biggest crushing defeat you could ever see. And
unfortunately, he had a lot of support, and he didn't really lose. He lost his job, but he didn't really lose a salary, if you know what I mean. So
exactly. He was having a damage issue. And stuff. But so Mignogna got defeated, and the thing is that's a libel case that Nicky Rackets basically instigated.
Essentially, yes.
A couple of years ago, he was like, "This is some libelous stuff. We better take action." And now he's like, anything you say is completely fine. He's like a free speech absolutist all the time.
Don't worry about it. It's just comic book stuff, right?
Exactly. Anything said about comic book people, fair game, I'm pretty sure that's not the law, big guy, but anyway.
Hey, whatever. They're like, oh, your case is so weak. Okay. That's another internet lawyer, but anyway.
And hey, what was that other case that you guys funded? How did that one turn? Oh, wait, that was also about libel, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay.
Well, it was partially, but it was mostly tortious interference. But
Well, you say mostly. There were two causes of action. One was for libel, one was for tortious interference.
And both got
and both were dropped by the plaintiff.
Oh, Richard.
But this whole time we've been waiting for the appeal to come down about whether Mignogna really has to pay the other side's attorney fees and stuff, and it's been a long while.
Oh yeah.
I remember that was like November 2019 that the verdict was handed down, and like. The appeals court was like supposed to rule in like April, and that was the April of last year. So it's crazy what they do. You would think the damn judges would grind the sausage faster, Anyway, so yes, Nicky Rackets was on the wrong side of both of those, but this time he's pretty sure that he's learned his lesson, and nothing libelous, and nothing said over the internet is ever libelous.
Apparently,
it's just memes, bro.
Because he was perfectly fine in making some accusations at the beginning of that stream. So I mean, he was like, "Oh yes, this is definitely the way it is." Yeah. Okay. That's the way you want to go, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite a friend Doug Knaple has. What can I say?
Well, Doug likes the despondent and broken. He's on a mission to save, right? And
He is. He's
yeah,
gonna save them all.
yeah.
All of them. All right, the Dragon Warrior.
What is that?
Dragon Warrior. I like.
Yeah.
Look, all of my notes were optional except that one. All right, that was a must do. You must change this name, not because I don't like it, but because other people are going to say, "Hey, asshole." Anyway,
it's going to get changed. I just haven't changed it yet.
You can ignore all my other notes, but that one kind of matters. All right.
Oh God.
It'll get changed eventually.
All right.
I just don't want to spoil it. I'm afraid that if I change it now, somebody will run out and trademark it. So when I come up with some super secret new title, I'll announce it when I'm ready to officially announce it. We're doing a picture-in-picture thing. Wow, did you upgrade your service, or are you just playing around with new features?
That's a new feature. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's I can switch between this one or that one, but Hey, look at I'm me. I'm way important. Look at me. There we go. You two are just little icons.
We're avatars, yes. Hey, blame my internet. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, like
blame my ugly face.
All right. So, Interior Nuclear Testing Laboratory Day. Caption, 27th September 1939. Wow. Well, shit's about to hit the fan. Okay. A lab technician, 20s, 185 centimeters, 81 kilograms, places a lead-lined box on him. Oh, hold on. We got a cool guy. Why? I know.
What?
I know, exactly. I can't press and be this happy all the time. Like, thank you. A lab technician, 20s, 185 centimeters, 81 kilograms, places a lead-lined box on a metal table as Temperance and Dr. Myers approach. All three wear head-to-toe lead-lined jumpsuits and helmets.
Larry, go ahead and do Temperance.
Okay. Open it.
The lab tech opens a cooler sitting on the table. Mist bellows from within. A Geiger counter goes nuts. Click, 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 click. Myers takes a silver cylindrical canister from the liquid nitrogen, placing it on the table. He unscrews the lid, revealing a green glowing stone. Using a sharp blade, Temperance cuts a chunk off the rock. As she steps back. Oh, John, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Now that you've been writing comic book scripts and actually making comic books, because this is not a comic book script, this is a screenplay, have you noticed that your screenplay writing has changed?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you tell us about that? In a compelling way that a listener might go, wow.
So, basically, I'm writing with the intention of it being a comic book rather than intention of it being the screenplay.
Okay.
That's the one thing. So, even though it's still technically, basically it's what's going to be in the comic. I'm already thinking of how the panels are going to be, even though I haven't decided what the panel layout's going to be yet. So I'm thinking in terms of the visuals and set design and in that nature, whereas normally when I wrote screenplays, I wrote them very minimalistic to let the director do his job and the art director do his job.
Right.
Or her job. Because they don't like it when you do their job for them.
Right.
But in a comic book...
Allegedly. I mean, who
allegedly.
The hell knows?
That's what most of the screenplay books will suggest for a beginner screenwriter to let those people do their job and you just do your job. When you become famous as a screenwriter, you can kind of do whatever the hell you want. But in comic books, we kind of have to be the director and the art director as well as the screenwriter. So I've been writing more in those terms, with how I want the visuals and the sounds and all of that go, even though I'm just foregoing panel breakdowns right now.
Right.
So it'll make it easier when I go to actually convert this into panels, to basically pinpoint what specific action I want for each panel, and then I can more easily adjust the page and what's on the page to fit that panel.
Okay.
So right now I'm thinking in terms of
saying
action.
this hasn't really impacted your screenwriting style, but this kind of strange bastardization of screenwriting in comic book format is is its own thing, I guess, basically.
In a way, because I am writing a screenplay with the mindset of it being a comic book, as opposed to with the mindset of it going.
And this is the way some people do things. Like, I've heard people have told me that I think like Doug TenNapel or other people will write it in screenplay format and then start laying stuff, start then taking the script and like using a pen and going, okay, here's a page, here's a page, here's a page, stuff like that.
Yes, I've heard that too. And since I'm more comfortable writing in screenplay format, I decided to adopt a style similar to that. Right. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So the drafts are all going to be in this kind of a format. And then once I'm pretty confident of what the what the comic book page layout's going to be like, then I'll go ahead and convert it. And you've seen some of those pages. I brought those kind of pages after it's already, but that's already been like the 5th and 6th rewrite. So I usually, first couple of rewrites are usually like this, then I'll convert it. So.
Okay. All right. The lab tech opens a cooler sitting on the table. Mist bellows from within. I go, click, click, click. Myers takes a silver cylindrical canister from the liquid nitrogen, placing it on the table. He unscrews the lid, revealing a green glowing stone. Using a sharp blade, Temperance cuts a chunk off the rock. She steps back. Myers rescrews the cylindrical canister, replacing it in the cooler, moving to a lead-lined box. Its inside lined with mirrors. Temperance places the glowing green stone piece on a mirror platform set up in the center of the box. After which she closes the lid, securing its latch. The Geiger counter goes quiet. Temperance and Myers exchange glances. The three remove their helmets and gloves. Temperance unzips the jumpsuit. Oh boy. Okay. Pulling the top part off and tying the sleeves around her waist, leaving her topless except for a black bralette. That's a good girl. Okay. She blows the bubble with her.
Does that answer your question that you asked me about her variant cover?
Sure. I mean, I don't remember asking about a variant cover.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right. She blows a bubble with her bubblegum pop. But yeah, I do find when I'm composing comic books, I like to think of how do I connect these cool images that I will sell as prints.
You're out of focus.
Yeah.
Snap. Okay. Am I still? Okay.
See, that's the nice thing about having a little icon avatar. You don't have to worry about going out of focus.
I know.
Well.
Let's see. Here, we'll go stock game. There we go. Now I'm just an avatar too.
That was a horrible picture.
That's a great picture.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
I like it. What if I bring it back on? Oh no, sorry. Oops.
Wrong way.
No, wrong way. I messed that up. So this one share, and then that goes there, and then hello.
We are professionals, people. Despite what you see.
Is this any better?
This is better than some streams, so.
Okay. I hope this is better. There we go.
Yes.
She blows a bubble with her bubblegum pop. She smirks.
Ready?
The lab tech hands Temperance and Myers darkened goggles. Temperance puts the darkened goggles on. blows another bubble, pop. Leaning in, she looks through a view poured into the box.
Let there be light.
Myers and the lab tech put on their darkened goggles.
Yes, ma'am.
Myers flips a switch on a lantern that sends a beam of light into a glass lens fitted on the side of the box. Inside the box, the light coming through the lens bounces off the mirrors inside, forming a laser that shoots indirectly at the stone. You know what, John? I'll say this, okay? Having read a few of your other screenplays, your screenplay for comics reads better than your regular screenplays.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess minimalist style for screenplays wasn't very appealing to you, huh?
No. I think minimalist is always dumb. Like, like look, if you're talking about a sci-fi script, do you want like, oh, it's a generic alien artifact, or do you want a cool obsidian, dagger dripping with slime, right? The second is far more compelling. So when you just go on descriptions or on cool evocative visuals and go, that's somebody else's job, I think the screenplay becomes far less interesting.
Okay.
Begins to glow brighter and brighter.
Yes.
Laboratory boom! Suddenly, a force of energy throws everyone back. Temperance hits the glass with a thud, cracking her skull against the glass. Blood splatters.
Woo.
She died.
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh. Well, that variant cover's not looking too hot now.
Nice.
Now we're doing necrophilia. All right.
Oh!
All my fetishes, that's not one of them.
Okay. Caption 10 years
what
earlier.
would you consider a sexy vampire? But anyway, we won't go there.
Yeah. Oof. Malcolm Orion sits across Sergei Dimitrov in the backseat of the Imperial as the vehicle drives down a dark desert road. Dimitrov. Go ahead.
You want to do Dimitrov? You're doing a good
Russian. I am not a fan of this plan.
We need him out of the picture. This is the cleanest way that won't lead back to us.
Exterior desert gas station. The neon lights of the gas station spark and flash. Some letters don't even illuminate. The gas station is unattended. A dirty spotlight shines on several beat-up pickup trucks. The Imperial pulls off the road, parks. Paul Johnson exits the front passenger side, then opens the rear wing door. Orion and Dimitrov exit. Dimitrov turns to Johnson. You trust these
men. Larry, why don't you do Johnson?
Okay. They are my brothers.
Go. I will report when it's done. No need you to be here. You must make alibi. I handle this. Orion gives Dimitrov a hearty handshake.
I'll send the car as soon as you call.
Orion gets back inside the Imperial. Dimitrov closes the doors, watches as the driver turns the car around and heads back onto the road. Dimitrov turns to Johnson. Okay, let's meet your brothers. There we go. Interior, Julia's bedroom. Night, Julia, age 6, lays asleep on her bed. The Dragon Warrior. Oh no. One, age 6, is now covered with a cease and desist sticker. Julia found.
Oh man.
Panels 1 and 2 sits on the table beside her. Her father, Su Sheng, bends over, kissing her on the forehead before exiting the room. Living room, Sheng takes a seat by a fireplace. He lights a cigar before picking up a book written in Mandarin and reads Bang Bang. Sheng gets up, heading to the front door.
Who could it be at this hour?
Interior Julia's bedroom, like a firework, a poof of golden light explodes in the room. A dragon the size of a house cat appears, flying around the room.
Larry, why don't you do the dragon?
Oh my. I am back, baby, by popular demand.
No, I am back, baby, by popular demand.
Oh God.
Dragon. Julia wakes at the sight of
Hey,
the
you've been asking for this. You're finally gonna get it.
There you go.
You better like it.
Of all the ideas you threw against the wall, the luck dragon isn't the one to that one sticks. You got a luck dragon. There you go.
Yeah.
So, she sits up, rubbing her eyes, watching the dragon fly around. The dragon flies down, landing on the bed.
Who are you?
Me? Well, I'm the spirit of the dragon.
There you go. Julia giggles.
You're kind of tiny for a dragon, and cute.
Julia grabs the dragon like a puppy. The dragon wheezes like it can't breathe.
Not too late now.
The dragon slips out from her arms, fluttering around in the air.
You talk silly.
A crash can be heard from outside Julia's room.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
I am a trauma dragon.
All right, girl.
And you're unlucky.
All right, girl. Time for you to hide.
The dragon flies over to a closet, and it falls open. But Julia walks out of the bedroom.
Where are you going, girl?
Upstairs hallway, Julia walks out onto the hallway overlooking the small living room. Shock and horror fills her eyes. Shock and horror. I think that should be fill her eyes. Several clansmen. Yes, there we go. Unlocked dragon beneath the clan. Several clansmen ransack the house. Others pin Shing to the ground, pummeling him with their fists.
Papa!
They look at her, grab her, and think these one outside. The men race for the steps. One of them hits the side table, knocking the glass lamp over, which catches the carpet on fire. As the clansmen charge up the steps, Julia screams, running back into her room. The dragon flies down the steps, wraps the legs of the lead clansman, causing him to trip, and the others chasing behind to trip over him. It flies after Julia as she slams her bedroom door shut. The dragon crashes headfirst into the door, accordioning into a flat disc. It bounces off the door, shaking itself back into an elongated shape. Julia's bedroom, the dragon squeezes itself under the door, flying into the room. Julia stands in the room, panicking.
Papa!
Come on, girl.
The dragon flies over to the window. She unlatches it, then tries to pry the door open, but it appears stuck. I'm an unluck dragon. And you're unlucky. Julia runs to the window to help, and the two of them manage to push the window open. Julia looks out the window at the drop below. The dragon flies past her, hovering outside the window. Bang! The door flies open from the kick of a clansman. Outside the window, Julia climbs outside the window. She grabs onto the protrusions of the stone wall, her tiny shoes gripping into whatever they can. The dragon flies over the window, still landing on its high legs, and standing upright, assumes a boxer stance with its front legs and talons.
All right, you racist bastard. If you want to get her, you gotta come through me.
By the way, Julia, you're about to be unlucky in climbing. Oblivious to the dragon, the clansman sticks the head and torso out the window, knocking the dragon completely off the sill. He grabs Julia's legs, which causes her to slip off the... See? There you go. Flip off the wall and swing down, head first, upside down, her nightgown riding. Oh boy, all right. The dragon whirls around, flying straight at the clansman.
Unhand her.
The clansman stumbles forward, almost unprepared for the girl's weight, as he grunts and pulls her back up. The dragon flies straight into mouth. He jerks back, banging his head on the window frame, dropping Julia onto the grass. He shakes his head, then sneezes, thrusting the dragon out his nose, covered in snot.
Oh, that's just nasty.
The dragon shakes itself dry. Yarn. What? So funny.
I don't know.
Julia picks herself up, straightening her nightgown. She backs away from the wall, finding herself suddenly grabbed by Dimitrov. Come, little girl. We go see your papa. The dragon swoops down, body slamming Dimitrov, knocking him on his ass in an explosion of bright, cartoonish rainbows.
Taste the rainbow, mother cracker.
The dragon wraps his body around Julia's arm, pulling her away.
Time to go.
I have to save my papa.
And I have to save you.
Remember, I'm an unlucky. Your papa is pretty unlucky. Julia takes off, running, being tugged by the dragon. Dimitrov picks himself up, putting off his hood, pissed, unsure what hit him. He gets up, chasing after them. Exterior woods. Julia and the dragon escape into the woods that surround the houses. Dimitrov closes in. Julia starts crying.
Papa!
The dragon flies up at her.
Listen, baby girl, you need to be strong right now, okay? Your papa would want you to be strong. Can you do that for him?
Julia nods and the dragon wipes a tear from her eye.
Good girl. Now...
Suddenly, Dimitrov grabs Julia. She screams. The dragon flies up, wrapping his body around Dimitrov's neck, then turns his body into a noose around it. Oh boy, okay. Wrapping it around himself. This jolts Dimitrov, causing him to drop Julia on the ground. The dragon grabs a tree branch with its forearms, lynching Dimitrov.
Bring, bring. Don't ask for whom the bell tolls.
Hanging people is funny.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah.
Sixth classroom day. Yeah. The low roar of chatter.
Oh, I should mention this is now present day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was all 10 years ago, so now we're back to present. I should have marked this as present.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right. The low roar of chatter fills the room as no teacher is present.
I'll do Megan. Larry, you can start doing Julia.
Sure.
All right. I don't care if it's been 6 months or 6 years. I still can't believe you've never had ice cream. That is like a crime against humanity.
Julia smiles, shrugs.
Clearly, whatever they're feeding you at the consulate house is all wrong.
The food they serve is very traditional.
We have cuisines from all around the world. It's time we introduce you to some new foods, like,
She thinks for minutes.
Tacos. We should totally have tacos the next time you come over.
Tacos?
Tacos, yeah. They're crunchy, they break apart, and the little pieces get stuck between your teeth. It's awful. You'll love them.
Okay, white girl, whatever you say.
Sister Esther enters the classroom. The girl's quiet.
You want to do Esther, Preston?
No.
She's got a couple lines. Or do you? No? All right, fine. I'll do her. Good morning, ladies. Miss Dimitrov has taken a leave of absence for the next 2 weeks. So until we bring in a suitable substitute, I'm going to do my best.
Julia reaches into her desk, takes out a couple of nickels. She raises her hand.
Yes, Miss Hisu.
May I be excused to use the restroom?
Yes, but come right back.
Julia exits the classroom, into her hallway. Julia heads down the hallway to the payphone. Dropping in the 2 nickels, she dials. A woman answers.
Operator.
Tell me you have eyes on Dimitrov.
Stand
the guy
by.
Was just hung? All right, fair.
Yeah.
Muffled sounds come through the receiver.
Status report.
Dimitrov is on 2 weeks leave.
Muffled sounds come through the receiver.
Maintain cover. I will contact you if needed.
Click. Okay. I'm confused. I thought Temperance was hanging from a tree.
Temperance Dmitriev.
Oh,
Temperance Dmitriev is Sergei's daughter.
Okay. I would call the other character Sergei.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's an easy fix.
Yeah. Okay. We had a lot of action. There was a lot of stuff going on. We had poor Julie and her very unlucky, no good, very bad house burning down and dad dying. And that sucked. And then we had, I'm not sure what's up in the lab with the hot chick doing the green doodad that's
the rest of the book. That comes back in the rest of the issue.
Okay, yeah. So that one was left me a little hanging there.
Well, this is basically half the comic book, so.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah. I'm sure there will be a payoff to the build-up, which wasn't just, hey, here's a random vignette of an Asian woman who kills herself in a lab accident.
No, Temperance is Russian.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right, there we go. All right.
Julie is the Asian one.
Yeah. So Keith Garvey, I noticed you're tapping him again.
I am. I thought he would do a really good job for Temperance because I'm doing that whole sexy, mad scientist thing. So yeah, I wanted to tap him again, and so I like his work, and I think he's going to end up being a big seller on Angel of Darkness. I think his cover is going to be probably my top one. I have a feeling.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as it pushes me over 3,500, that's what I'm hoping to go for.
Yeah. Well, best of luck.
That's a good goal.
Yeah. So
anyway, back to this. Sorry.
It happened for Julie and the Unluck Dragon, but they managed to beat the clan in the end, and racism is bad, y'all. All right, Larry.
Yeah, some crazy stuff happened. That was cool.
Yeah.
Got a slightly Mulanish Luck Dragon, so yeah. Disney will be on that. So.
Hey, you've been begging me for Luck Dragon versus the Clan, and I gave it to you.
I know. I love it. I love it.
It's nice.
I mean, I did call our former mutual friend, I emailed him, and I never got a response. So
okay. I don't know who that.
It's all right.
All right. Fair enough.
I was going to outsource Luck Dragon versus the Clan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I didn't get a response, so I decided to give it a shot myself.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know. Like, people turn down paying gigs freak me out, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh well. Anyway.
Anyway.
Some stuff happened. That was cool.
Yeah.
I would like to see where it's going. I need more information. I need to see the other half. So.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think mission accomplished. I really don't have any notes for constructives.
No. Besides, change the title and change Sergei in the beginning to make it more clear.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that would make it a little bit more clear because I was a little confused there too. But that happens. I get it. They both have the same last name, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and in a formal sense, when Julia and the army people are talking about her formally, they refer to her by her last name.
Right.
But I can see how that gets confusing. So.
Yeah.
All right, we got Let's go from 6 to 16 and see what you guys think.
Uh-oh. You've done some revisions.
A little bit. Okay. Not like a ton. Here we go. We're going to start with the offering of one Gretchen.
Not two Gretchen, one Gretchen. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to start me off?
I'll read. I'll narrate for you.
All right.
Page 6, panels 5, panel 1. With his right hand, Edmund brings a frightened Gretchen to her tiptoes by... Okay, you are going to have to make that bigger because my eyes can't see that far. And now you have to still maximize.
Okay, hold on.
If you would, please.
Yeah.
It's like, gotta do this again. Oh. Oh, it's getting worse.
I just need the font bigger.
The font bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
That works too. Okay.
Yeah.
With his right hand, Edmund brings a frightened Gretchen to her tiptoes by her hair, while his left gestures to her body as to entice, but Archimedes remains unimpressed.
While I don't seek to deny an ally in need, I prefer to keep my own company.
Then use her for pleasure and sacrifice her to your patron or something.
I don't seek my pleasures from helpless women.
Might want to reconsider that decision. This woman is young and nubile.
Panel 2. Archimedes bargains with Edmund and Gretchen, still helpless, on tiptoes, but clearly relieved to no longer be the bargaining chip.
I take it you are under orders to return with the spell reagent or else?
You understand the edicts of Queen Erica.
Very well then. This shall be our bargain. I shall give you what you need in return for...
Panel 3. Kolgadal, in equine form, looks apprehensive.
That horse.
Panel 4. Foreground. Thora's face displays wide-eyed focus. Background. Over her shoulder, Edmund releases Gretchen and concludes his bargain with Archimedes.
On behalf of Queen Erica, I accept your offer and appreciate its fairness you have displayed during this time of need.
No, I will not become a prisoner of the summoner. End this before I kill all of you.
No.
Panel 5. Thora faces the trio of Gretchen, Edmund, and Archimedes, who all seem quite surprised by her sudden turn.
I'll do Edmund. Go ahead.
Okay. My horse is not for sale.
Was it not but yesterday you were demanding I follow Queen Erica's edicts to the letter? Forgive her outburst, my good man. We accept your offer.
But for Gretchen's horse, Ginger, take her.
Panel 7, page 7, panels 4. Panel 1, Thora stands in opposition to the trio. No longer held, Gretchen stares daggers at Thora for her interruption. Similarly exasperated, Edmund holds both arms wide, as to show a struggling confusion. Archimedes seems content to let the drama he started play out.
He can have whatever horse he desires. Why are you so protective of that Mustang you found?
My horse is special.
More valuable to me than the slave you offered?
Man.
Are you not pleased that I can remain your squire?
Yes, of course.
Panel 2. Edmund dismisses the confusing females as he steps toward the apprehensive equine Kolgadal with authority.
Enough! We found this horse in a forest a few hours ago. It's worth nothing to us.
Panel 3. Edmund's hand reaches for the bridle as Kolgadal transforms into a horrific nightmare beast.
Come now. Kill them all! Let's see.
Panel 4. Background. Edmund manages to draw his sword as he cowers from the horrific, vaguely horse-shaped fairy. Foreground. Thora, under command from Kolgadal, draws her sword and looks to a shocked, confused, bound Gretchen. Photo reference. Da-da-da. Swing! Thora, what wizardry is this? Page 8, panel 1, background. Praying that his sword can somehow keep the danger at bay, Edmund backs away from the monstrous Kolgadal. Foreground, hurt, bound, and helpless. Gretchen beseeches Archimedes to intervene as he backs into his teepee. Please, summoner, dark magic has affected her mind. You must free her.
That was not part of our bargain.
Panel 2, the summoner throws a jar of magic powder towards Thora. His magic forces it into the jar of toxic dust, which blasts the stunned Thora in the face as she falls back and away from Gretchen, who looks on in horror.
But I shall stand a faithful ally to the queendom of Alluvia.
Panel 3, Thora falls to her knees in shock and arrest, as the concerned Gretchen looks on in concern. Please, untie me that I might tend to her. Panel 4, Archimedes stands behind and unties Gretchen as Thora curls into the fetal position, her face frozen in horror. Thora, what did you do to her?
You demanded that I intervene? Now her life is an issue? Fine. but this too shall increase Queen Arica's indebtedness to me.
Panel 5. The panic continues as Gretchen looks towards the distant Edmund, who screams in panic as Kolgadar lifts him up off the ground by one of his many horse tentacles.
Ah, save me, Gretchen. I always believed in you.
Page 9, panel 1. Gretchen springs into action, picks up Thora's sword from the ground as Archimedes drags Thora towards the entrance to his teepee. For Queen Arica! Panel 2, Gretchen flies. Wow, she can fly now? Flies towards Kolgadal, who turns...
figurative, moving quickly,
Flies towards Kolgadal, who turns to confront her. Charge. I usually use charge.
Okay.
Confront her, leaving Edmund to dangle by a tentacle behind him. Avenger of woman! Panel 3, inside the teepee, Archimedes lays Thora in the middle of the summoning circle, previously shown. Battle sounds off panel.
Save me, Gretchen!
Roar! Smash the patriarchy! Panel 4. Archimedes kneels and invokes his matron.
Aya, Reshkagal, goddess of the underworld.
Panel 5. Thora sits bolt upright in horror as dimensional rift to hell opens around her.
Hail, the mistress of oblivion.
Page 10, panel 1. Gretchen's sword strike cleaves twain the horse tentacle, holding Edmund aloft as Kolgadal screams in pain. Governess ho!
Yeah!
Panel 2. Gretchen cleaves another tentacle, but a third wraps around her arm. For the cause! Kolgadal grins as his strong, dark, horse-fairy arms clasp Gretchen to force her to face him.
Die, meddlesome bitch!
Panel 4. Surprise! Gretchen watches Kolgadal's face freeze in shock.
Ah!
Panel 5. Edmund drives Kolgadal to the ground using the leverage of his sword through Kolgadal's back.
Good work, little Gretchen. I never doubted you for a minute.
Page 11. Panel 1. Edmund thrusts his sword into the body of Kolgadal to ensure the death of his opponent as Gretchen, still holding Thora's sword, runs back towards the teepee.
Well, Summoner, the horse you bargained for got a bit unruly and had to be put down.
Thora, where are you? Are you alright? Panel 2. Inside the teepee, Archimedes maintains his trance as he kneels before his summoning circle, where Thora, still frozen in the pose from page 9, sits in the middle. What has become of Thora? Panel 3. With her offhand, Gretchen pulls back the leather flap, which serves as the door to the teepee as she continues brandishing the sword in her right. Edmund approaches to caution her.
Hold! We have no right to disturb the Summoner.
Thora's in there.
She betrayed us in her oath in service to that dark fairy. Meanwhile, we are still under orders from Queen Arica.
He affected her mind somehow. Panel 4. Edmund and Gretchen argue before the entrance to the teepee.
And how do you know that?
Because I served as her squire for 4 years now, and can think of no one more loyal knight to the queendom.
More loyal than the one standing before you. The one who saved your life. The one who even now seeks to do the queen's bidding.
I still serve as her squire, and I will do everything within my power to protect her. Panel 5. Gretchen pulls back the entrance to the teepee as Edmund draws his sword. I'm going in. Swing.
Come to heel, or I shall strike you down.
Page 12, panel 1. Edmund and Gretchen stand in opposition before the entrance, their swords held in a defensive posture as Archimedes emerges from the teepee.
Your companion was indeed under the sway of dark magic, but I believe I have been able to restore her to proper mindfulness. No need for further violence.
Panel 2. Edmund smiles broadly as he sheathes his sword. Not having a sheath, a relieved Gretchen lowers hers. Archimedes stands at the entrance and continues to calm them.
Well, do women fall prey to all sorts of ridiculous influences? Do they not?
That should probably be women fall prey to all sorts.
Yeah, women do fall. Yeah, I should need to reverse those words. Women do fall prey.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need the first two.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, women fall. I could see that.
Yeah, that works too, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because you have the do they not. So
yeah.
I'm not
Do
sure
they not? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, you may continue. Sorry.
Hold on. I'm gonna make that change.
He's making changes
There
on
we
the
go.
fly.
Making changes. I would be relieved to return to my solitude. So what remains of our bargain? The fairy's corpse should prove of great value to me, but I will be seeking additional compensation once you have been able to restore order.
Panel 3. Archimedes presents Thora holding a vial of glowing angel's blood to Edmund and Gretchen.
Meanwhile, I return your companion to you unharmed in the hopes that you three can shepherd the angel's blood back to Alluvia in safety. Who's Thora?
Larry was Thora.
Yeah. It shall be as you say, Archimedes.
Archimedes? Panel 4. Thora looks to Archimedes in admiration.
Our minds touch briefly as he purged the influence of the Kelpie. I shall remain forever in your debt, great one, as shall all of Alluvia.
Your arrival here was foretold. Now I bid you gone. Return to your civilization as heroes. As one final gesture of good faith, I shall leave you with this adage.
Panel 5. Thora and Gretchen ride on one horse in front of Edmund, who rides on his own as they follow the trail back out of the woods.
Blood defines both glory and greatness.
Page 13, panel 1, viewed in profile.
What do you think? This is a little atmospheric.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, sure. Having just rode straight back to the castle, the exhausted trio of Gretchen, Thora, and Edmund stand triumphant. They're not in triumph. Oh, stand in triumph. Stand triumphant before Queen Arica and who judges all before her from the authority of her throne. The vial of angel's blood being presented by Edmund captures all of Samantha's attention. She sits captivated at Erica's right.
Mission accomplished.
Be that the vial, give it to me. Panel 2. Edmund bows in insincere humility before Samantha as he
presents.
Should that be insincere humility or insincere?
Insincere. Yeah.
A lot of ins there. I don't know what you mean. Before Samantha, as he presents her
he's
the
not
object.
really sincere. He's the opposite of sincere, which I will call insincere. And he's in insincerity while he is bowing. There we go.
Okay.
Insincerely? No, that doesn't work. Never mind.
Yeah, we could do bows insincerely.
Then you have to change the whole sentence structure. Yeah.
I think it's fine. As you wish, High Priestess.
All thanks be to Viviax and the ruler of her chosen, Queen Arica the Cunning. Panel 3. Remaining on her throne, Arica coldly judges the enthusiasm of each of the trio as they hail her standing side by side at a respectful distance. Samantha magically studies the vial. Gretchen righteously proclaim victory. Edmund seems to bask in the glory of the moment, while Thora's placid face betrays no emotion. Hail, Queen Arica the Cunning!
I can see some of my knights must be exhausted, for I can think of no other reason for Thor's recalcitrance.
Panel 4. Arica glares at Thora as she curtsies. Edmund and Gretchen stare blankly, unsure at the turn of events.
Apologies, Your Highness. The trip was exhausting. You are, of course, Queen Arica, the ever so cunning.
Is that so? In what way am I cunning?
Panel 5. Edmund and Gretchen stand back as Thora continues her challenge.
Cunning, like a practice whore, Your Grace. You bet it. You bet it.
Bet it. Yeah.
Okay, you bet it. Ambitious noble. Got yep. Yeah. And betrayed him to become your eternally young queen. Gotcha.
Let me fix that. Yeah. And ambitious noble.
Hey, that's an easy fix.
Our eternally young queen.
There we go.
Page 14, panel 1. Arica locks eyes with the defiant Thora as Samantha attempts to moderate. Let us not judge her too harshly, Your Highness. Angel's blood can overcome unwary minds who happen to be nearby. I suggest we forgive her outburst and begin the ritual to restore magic to Governess Army.
That should be the Governess Army. Yeah, hold on.
Panel 2. Gretchen steps forward to save Thora's bacon, who remains defiant. Indeed, Your Grace, we rode all through the night without break. For the past 3 days, her mind was tampered with by the dark fairy magic. It might take some time before she becomes her old self again. Panel 3. Edmund attempts to talk sense into these bitches.
Let's be honest here. We're all quite weak from the rigors of the journey. However, Thora's mind was taken from her. She may be mad or an agent of a power sinister to our interests.
Panel 4. Gretchen stands before Thora and expresses her righteousness.
Might be best to keep her confined to the dungeon until we can determine whether she will be her old self.
Nonsense, she's fine. Panel 5. At last, Queen Arica graces the court with a smile.
In my grace, I shall grant mercy. I fear not what may happen, so long as you are at my side, Edmund.
Page 15, Panel 1. Foreground, with a look of mischief, Arica leads the triumphant Edmund off panel. Background, of relief, Gretchen tries to pry Thora's annoyed glare off the Queen as Samantha reverently takes the angel's blood in the direction of her chapel.
So let's get you back to my bedchamber so you can protect me if the need arises.
Panel 2. Standing behind the seated Thora in her simple room, Gretchen unfastens the buckles, holding her governess armor in place. Let's get you some rest, my liege. We have a big day ahead of us. There will be much to do once your magic is restored.
Of that, I am certain.
Panel 3. Removing the governess armor to reveal Thora's contoured tunic, Gretchen continues. What happened with the queen earlier?
I don't know. Everything just seems too hazy right now.
Panel 4. Gretchen tucks Thora into bed. Of course. Poor thing, you must be exhausted. We'll talk on this once you have some rest. Sweet dreams.
My face is tired.
That's as far as I got, yeah.
All right. I like it.
You do? Okay.
I do. I did catch...
The lack of sincerity doth spook. You like Edmund? He's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did watch... I know I missed last week, but I did watch the stream.
Right.
This is... Yeah, Larry, I know you guys were talking about me. You guys shut up about me. Is that what I get for missing one day? Like,
there you go.
Yes, you can talk about me when I miss a day too.
So anyway, so what I liked about these pages, I am still disappointed that the Kelpie got axed.
Okay.
But I like what you did with that here. I like that. Well, all 3 survive, which was a surprising turn of events that, we weren't really expecting, especially coming end of issue 2, like issue 1, So they all survive. But I like what this sets up is this keeps Thora as the main character, which is what we expect. We kind of expected from issue 1 that she's going to be the main character. Right. So it kind of focuses and the story a bit more on her. And she's obviously going to be plotting something. So that's cool. Like she's going to, whatever. So I feel like that's setting up some things. I like the Edmund stuff was really cool. He's kind of like he's still the same bastard he always was.
Yeah.
And I mean, like if you're in a much like in feudal systems, if you can't be the king, being the queen is second best, because you have the king's ear, and this is kind of the opposite of that. So like he can't be queen, but the best thing he can do is be the queen's number 1 pet.
Okay.
So he acts that way, and I like that. Even though Archimedes seems like he was being helpful and nice, this kind of implies that he was actually doing something to her in the TP that we don't know about yet. Yes. So it kind of also seems to be like he's got his own nefarious plans, which probably have to do with the matron, which is considering Viviax as a demon in this, and you have some other demon. I'm almost wondering if they're like rival demons or something now, and Archimedes is playing for another team or something. So that'll be interesting. There's a lot of things going on, and I like it. It's very it has piqued my interest.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, Larry, what do you think?
So it's like, in the past, there was a battle of the red titties, and
there you go.
Yes, supposedly both of them lost, and they're trapped in separate dimensions. So
there you go.
We got that. Yeah.
The way to resolve it is they have to get naked and push the breasts
push
against
the
each other.
boobs together. Exactly.
And whoever's able to push the other one. Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have the two hells collide.
Right.
Yeah, it's like sexy sumo wrestling, but anyways,
that's gonna make you some covers, I'm sure.
Yes.
You already have thought that through.
I give you some reference images if you. No, I'm saying.
Here's what this looks like.
Oh no! It's going in a good direction. I too was a little disappointed that Kelpie got killed, but
really, okay.
Well, I mean, I thought he was going to be more of like a recurring bad guy, I guess. But that's okay, because now you can bring in the Kelpie's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's out for revenge, and he has a Kelpie minigun. And no, I'm just kidding. You could bring in the Kelpie's
the same character.
No, he'd be a better character. He'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Kelpie. So I mean,
exactly.
It's like,
and then we shift perspectives, and John Wick the Kelpie.
You killed my dog. You killed my horse. Okay, now that's a different story, but no, that's cool. I like the summoner. He obviously has plans and whatnot. That's pretty clear. Edmund's, I think, your standout character, though.
Nice.
It's always good to have a snarky asshole character.
Next time you see him, because look, this is medieval court. Next time you see him, he's gonna have a prominent codpiece.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah, that's what you gotta have. Okay. No, it's good.
Did you
I like
see
those.
Shadowversity's video on cod pieces?
Yeah.
I have not. Or maybe I did. Anyway.
Hey, they're important. They protect the goods. Yeah. No, it's going in a good direction. I think people will enjoy it. So, I hope people enjoy it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Constructives.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think they're pretty strong. I think
Yeah, they are pretty strong.
I think pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty strong pages. I don't think I can.
I like I also like the snarkiness between the queens. That's always fun too.
Yeah.
And those little jabs you get in there too. With with Edmund, he's like, fucking women. That's great.
Women, am I right?
If you had like an actor like young Bruce Campbell playing him, it'd be perfect. Right. But anyway, I think that's who you should model it after, actually. But yeah.
Anyway.
You should DM him on Twitter, see if he'll give you a photo reference.
There you go. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, he's got lots of photo references. Oh man, that's awesome. Funny.
He might endorse your book. He's like, this is.
That would be. Hey. Then funny. You could have the alternative to the Sylvester Stallone book that Zach has that he never put out. It's like,
exactly. I have Bruce Campbell in my comic.
Yeah,
right.
Fuck you guys.
Awesome. I'll never quite understand it, but back in 2018.
Yeah.
What before the dark times.
Before the dark times. Yeah.
I was at this was one of my very first Comic-Cons. This was Austin Comic-Con, I want to say.
Right.
And I wasn't there selling. I was there just like, or no, I was there. Yeah, I was there selling, but I didn't really have much to sell, so I wasn't doing very well. But that's okay. And like now I get questions. I just did Fan Expo Dallas over the weekend. Sold about 1,650. So, boom. Thank you. So good.
That's pretty good at that Fan Expo.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean,
this
was a big show. And there was constant traffic, like a constant stream of people. It was a big show. The K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center is a pain in the ass. God, I hate it. But
sounds like fun.
Yeah. And my dolly broke.
That's always good.
Oh God. Anyway, Jesus. But
you got a dolly?
I
have to carry all my shit in by hand. It's like
exactly.
Try lugging 50 pounds of camera gear and your shit.
Right.
And it's like, no, that's fun. Yeah.
Okay. But where was I? Yeah. Anyway, so I was selling stuff. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I forget what greater point I was trying to make, but
it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
There we go. And
yeah.
Yes. I also had one of those. So I had both a rolling Pelican case and I had a dolly, and
fancy Pelican case.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more shows. But that's part of why I wasn't able to write like a whole 10 pages. But the people that are there that I'm talking to, they're really excited for the way the inks are on this book. Like everybody loves fantasy titty. Like Game of Thrones has
it's a well-known
left people
fact.
Very hungry for fantasy titty. Yeah. So
hey, we could go back as far as like Conan or something like that, right?
People love fantasy titty.
Yeah,
so.
There's no shortage, and there's no ending to the hunger. So
it's why barbarians are a thing.
That absolutely is. Yeah.
Why they've never gone away, even in today's culture. So, yeah.
Excellent. All right.
Even Marvel was like, "Yeah, we got to get in on that."
Exactly. Yeah. So, anyway, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Next week I should have, because I don't have a convention this weekend, so I should be able to finish the rest of issue 2 of Golden Princess. And
I gotta sit down and write too. Hopefully,
yeah, I can bring the next half of issue 3.
Okay.
Of Not Dragon Warrior.
Exactly. So there was
Dragon.
I will go ahead and address. There was a troll.
Oh, really?
John Fairclough was in chat going, I hear you're trademarking Comicsgate, but that's my trademark. I'm like, okay.
You should bring those up on the screen.
Get in line.
Yeah, people. God. That is such an utter statement of bullshit, right? Here's the thing. If you have a trademark and it's a secret, do you know what you have?
Nothing.
Nothing. You have nothing. There's no such thing as a super secret trademark. I was trademarked it, but nobody knows about it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Stop.
Remember back when the Coke had just like blank bottles with a sticker over them, and you had to peel it back to see their logo. It's like, it's not how it works, guys. Sorry.
Stupid. It's not how it works. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to make the trademark, or I'm going to buy the trademark, and then everyone can use it for whatever they want.
Yeah,
it's like,
and that'll be exclusive use. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
because that's how it works.
I love the nonstop legal profundity that I see coming out of that side. I'm like, okay. But anyway,
I like the ghosts. Yes.
Yeah.
The ghost is the best one. The Spectre. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His legal advice is definitely something you should take on a daily basis, and yes.
All right. I will talk to everybody next week. Take care, everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Bye.